Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. Hi Aquarians, I'm going to be doing your February reading, 2025. Wow, Aquarians. There's a lot I can say, and I'm going to try to keep this to a 30-minute or so reading for sure. Lots to cover, but first and foremost, happy birthday. It is your birthday season. It is your solar return time. And I always find that to be a very special time, regardless of what age we become, that we have the ability to say, oh, I've lived another year. Whew! You know, it's beautiful. So happy birthday. You are a fellow air sign like myself, and I love that. So I don't know. I know when we had a little taste of Pluto going into your sign last year, and then it went out, or the year before. I'm confused. I don't remember now. It was a little dance for a bit. And then Pluto officially went into your sign for the next 20 years and some on the 19th of December, which happens to be my son's birthday. So I was just elated. Am I wrong about that? I'm so sorry. Was it November 19th? I apologize. But you get the idea. It's in your sign. It's real. It started at 0. It's working its way through. There's just this feeling of, oh, I could breathe. It felt almost that fast. Because Pluto in Capricorn was not particularly, it wasn't as easy of an energy for the last, 16, 17 years. I think it was since 2008 that Pluto had gone into Capricorn. But this is about you, Aquarius. This is your time. You are the innovative sign. You are the sign, and I have a sister who is an Aquarius, and I have a lot of people I've known in my life who are Aquarius, and you are more than willing to start the new whatever, you fill in the blank, the innovative, the genius, the rebel, right? And the person that wants to, to envision. You represent the star card in the tarot, and it's just, you hold on to a dream, you hold on to a wish and a vision, and you make that happen. And by hook or by crook. And the thing is you're incredibly interested in learning and growing and education and evolving, and you want to just share that with others. You're very much about working in groups and helping in philanthropic, efforts, and just philanthropic, interesting word. So yeah, it's a wonderful, it's a time that's going to bring in a lot of newness, a lot of old traditional things will fall away and have been. If you're paying attention at all, there's a lot of things, like in my town alone, the businesses that have been here for 30 plus years or whatever, one by one, closing down, new place, just sign of the times, going with the changes. Not to mention that Uranus, I'm actually filming this on January 31st. So it is the last day of January, and it is the day, actually it went yesterday, I take it back. Uranus, your ruling planet, and I believe Saturn, am I right about that? You have two. Well, there's a more historical one that's known for all astrological signs, and then the more modern, meaning like from the 70s or 60s, whatever, whenever they were found. My point is that Uranus is the planet of unpredictability and technology and new ideas and new ways to heal and reform and create and cure. Those are the words that are the topics for Uranus, and unexpected things that come out of nowhere, and that went direct. It had been retrograde since last September, I believe. And so that, in addition to your birthday season and Pluto and Mercury actually went into your sign, so there's a lot of communication about things that you're really wanting to go forward about, and the conversation feels right and true and justified, and just beautiful stuff. So I hope you're feeling that. But in addition to that, I just want to make a little bit of a, recognition of the most important planetary aspects. And I hope that you'll stay to hear, because we all get affected by this, but especially you. well, I mentioned the one specifically for you, but the deal is that in the month of February, well, starting in January, we had the changing of the nodes, which is the north and the south node, which represent the eclipses, which we have every 18 months. They change signs. They always run in pairs, and there's the two signs that are the polar oppositions. I'll give you a little demonstration here. I have my little chart, but yeah, this is just the way it works with the astrology wheel. And so we had Aries and North Node, polar opposition at all times, 6 planets either side in Libra. Then, as of January 11th or 12th, depending when you're located, we had Pisces entering the North Node. It actually goes counterclockwise. So we're going this way. Pisces, the water sign, the fish, the spirit, the most spiritual sign, the most loving, compassionate, creative, gentle, just, I don't know, the list goes on, and it's a beautiful energy that we're all going to feel for the next 18 months. And that happened in January, as I said. Venus has been in Pisces. That's the planet of love and magic and joy. And February is known for the love month. And yes, it has something to do with Valentine's Day, but that's a fun day. You can make it fun or not. You don't have to get, feel left out in any way if you don't have a relationship, for heaven's sakes, because you can have them with yourself. I've done that for years. This last box of chocolate was from my dad, 23 years? I said 22, but he actually passed away in January, so that would have made it more like 23 from the previous Valentine's Day. But man, just feeling full of love and kindness, and it's in the air. So that's going to be going on for the next 18 months. And then the South Node is the side of they call it the dragon. Cato's the head, and then the tail is the things we need to get rid of, the things that we want to say goodbye, good riddance. We don't need you anymore. Clutter, people, circumstances, habits, vices, addictions, all those things. And I, for one, am extremely happy about that too, because we all need that. And sometimes it seems harsh, and eclipses bring things in quickly and they remove them quickly. But the reality is that they're always for the highest good. And speaking of which, I'm about to do your reading, but I'm going to start with your chakra check. So those that are new, welcome to my channel. I'm Marianne. This is Marianne's Mystic Mentions. And I am a tarot reader that is very interested in using my higher power, my intuition, and the guidance and the messages that come through from Spirit. I definitely like to bring up that Spirit likes to pick a particular chakra to focus on for each month. And we've had several repeats on the chakras that Spirit's wanting to make clear for a fair amount of the signs. But we're going to just shuffle it under here, and then I'm going to bring it up and read to you the saying that goes along with it to help you to release blocks and open that area up and just feel your most whole and complete and vital selves for the month of February and onward. Okay, it doesn't mean anything has to be wrong. Sometimes you'll feel a blockage or whatever, but no, you could be doing perfectly well, and then Spirit saying keep up the good work. So for you, it is the same one. No, is it? No, it's not. It's the crown. The last reading with Capricorn was the 8th chakra, which is the omnipotent, all encompassing, that keeps us all together, the one consciousness. This is the crown. This is the 7th. This is gathering and receiving that information that is so pertinent for all of us, but especially because the Piscean influence, once again, is very much about using our intuition and our gifts. As a water sign, they're very psychic and intuitive, and there's a lot of things that come through in dreams, and that watery kind of sensual, sensitive aspect of ourselves. All of us are sensual. All of us are psychic in some way or another. A lot of us have maybe lost some of that, but you can always bring it back. I always ask to heighten that. This is the time. Don't be surprised, Aquarius, if it just seems to be your intuitive is more spot on than it's been in years, and your dreams are so much more clear, and you can learn from them, and they could be giving you information that's important for you. I apologize. It is the 6th chakra, not the 7th. And it has to do with your third eye. One more second. Let me go over this. I should know this by heart, and I've known it for years. But now I'm getting confused because it's the base chakra is the number 1. Sacral chakra is 2. Solar plexus is 3. Heart is 4. Throat is 5. Yep. It is your intuitive third eye. It is the 6th chakra. Now, the 6th chakra, number 6, represents the planet Venus. So this is very, very, right off the bat, it's very much in tune with certainly Pisces and the intuition. That's going to be very, very notable and palatable for everybody, but apparently especially for you, Aquarius. So congratulations on that, because these gifts can just do so many things for us. And it helps us to be more in tune with people and our surroundings, and it helps to protect us. So the saying on this is, my intuition connects me to all-seeing, omnipresent nature of the universe. Divine intelligence flows through me. I am provided profound insights that allow me to navigate life's constant movement with simplicity and ease. And those are the ways that really intuition and our guidance comes in the best, is when we are in a state of ease and simplicity, right? I have found that to be true. So I'm going to now incorporate my beautiful necklace gift set that I got by adding the particular charm, or not charm, but actually crystal that goes along with it. And so let me just look and see where it is. That's the throat, and this is, yeah, third eye. Amethyst, my favorite. Guess what? Because we don't have an 8th, it didn't come with the gift set. It has all the different crystals in it, representing each chakra and the colors and the potency that crystals have for us. Because the 8th chakra, which was the last chakra that was brought up for Capricorn, I don't have a crystal for it. I just decided to put in the amethyst because it was the same color, and amethyst is amazing for warding away toxicity, to help enhance your intuition, to help protect you, to help you feel healthy. I mean, the number of things it can do goes on and on. Not to mention, it's a beautiful, beautiful crystal. I've had this here that I always keep. I always keep one in my pocket. As a massage therapist, I love to utilize my crystals to keep protection for myself and my clients. And it really has done me a world of good. So just passing that on to you. The words of the crystal say insight, dreams, and intuition. Exactly what, collate with this beautiful message or mantra, whatever you want to call it. Amethyst, I am connected to my inner knowing, which strengthens my healing abilities and insights. So I absolutely love this. I'm going to put this down here and let you know that I will be doing a Celtic cross for your reading today. And I'm using this really beautiful pink deck in honor of Valentine's Day. It's either red or pink. And of course, with the gloves, it was all about the passion and the fire with you, Aquarius. And just, you've got that strength. You've got that, you're very good at being able to just express yourself and be heard in ways that really, really help others. And I thank you for that. And so I'm going to let me move this. Actually, I'm going to put this on because it helps me infuse the reading and protect the reading and my energy while doing so. I've already shuffled the cards, but I'm going to let you know that I always ask for clear and concise messages from Spirit. And so here we go. So I'll explain each position if you've not seen the Celtic Cross before, but I like it because it does involve a lot of different areas of our life. And the first one is the overall energy, which is the center card. And for you, beautiful Aquarians, all placements, this is a general reading. We have the King of Pentacles. Well, this came out for Capricorn, who of course is an earth sign who represents the element of pentacles or coins. And man, things are looking good. I am going to say a few things that I can share with you in relation to your messages in the cards. And one is that I have been a bingo player for a lot of years. I started doing it when I was divorced, and I didn't have my kids for a weekend, and I thought I need to get out and do stuff. And it's changed so much, but I still go a couple times a month, and I usually go to this beautiful school that's a very small venue, but all of the proceeds go to the school, which is a great thing as well. You're giving, it's a charitable organizational type thing, but it's a small organization, and I have at least 4 friends that I see and have throughout the years that are Aquarians. Listen, I'm not advocating or suggesting you start going to play bingo or anything of that nature, but what I will tell you is, boy, have they been winning a lot. Like, to the point where I have to actually even question it. I think to myself, how is this even possible? 4, 5, 6 times a night, over and over again. And I must say, I believe it started when Pluto went from Capricorn the first time into Aquarius for a short period of time last year. Well, 3 months or whatever it was. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but my God. And it's just that you're in your element. Pluto represents the planet that's the deepest desires and wishes, and it's about, self-sabotage, but also growth and power and strength and standing strong. And most Aquarians I know are very strong. They're very direct. They're fixed sign. They have their agenda set. They have the biggest hearts. They do care about fairness. They're incredibly generous. And when you're generous, it comes back in some way or form. So this is what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of abundance happening for you. Okay, the king and queen represents the maturity in one's life, the maturity in your well-being and finances in all different areas, certainly your health. And I'm happy to hear that because, we're still sort of in a flu season, and a lot of my clients, unfortunately, have caught bugs, and they're doing great. I mean, it wasn't anything too serious, luckily, but, I care about that. Everybody does. Just being safe. Beautiful, beautiful energy is your center card. So we'll go on. The crossing card is your blessings or blocks, and you have the 5 of Wands. This is the fire energy. This is the fire element. Now, we have 2 very important moons, as we do every month, and I love following the moons. I definitely feel the effects of the moon. We had the new moon in your sign yesterday. No, it was the 29th. Forgive me. Time is so crazy with me, but it always has been. On the 29th, we had the new moon in the sign of you, Aquarius, and oh my gosh, I wrote down so many intentions, and it felt like one of the more beautiful days of the entire month of January. I knew it was coming, but I did lack sleep. The day before, I was really quite tired, and I felt off, and I had an idea about why. I definitely know, for your sake and everybody's sake, when you feel that way in your moon, day before, day after, sometimes a little longer, you want to definitely go with it. Don't overtax yourself. Definitely hydrate and just take it easy. And it really made all the difference in the world. So the next day I went in, I had a decent schedule at work, and man, I felt bam. So the wands represent fire. And so this is just about the 5. 5 is a number in numerology about change. 5 of Wands, though, is the least concerning to me. It is competitive. It could be internal competition between you and I don't know who. It could also be people you work with, or, as I mentioned, games of chance. You go in there with the intention of knowing you might win, you might not. It's a conscious thing, but at the same time, with the wands, they're wands. They're not guns. They're not swords. We don't have guns in tarot. I apologize, but there's nobody actually going to get hurt. It's not that kind of thing. It's actually working together. If you look at the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's the 5 different people in the wands, and they're kind of like trying to work it out, and they're having the conversations, and sometimes it gets a little heated, and sometimes you're like, well, no, I don't want to. But that's how it works. That's how we make changes, right? So I like that for you. Perhaps you've experienced that and you know what I'm talking about, that, or maybe it's within yourself. Like I said, you have this you have several things and ideas, you know, as an air sign, there's always stuff going on in the mind. So maybe you can relate to that. We'll keep moving. The next is the foundation card. And this is exactly what it says. How are you feeling? Are you feeling stable in your home, in your body, in your life, in your job, with your family, your children, your pets, whatever the case may be? For you, you have the Two of Swords. So this has come up in this position, and I don't remember with who, but it's you, it's your element. And just know when it's the Two of Swords in the depiction of Rider-Waite-Smith, again, I use that as a reference all the time. My very first deck, very visual, very different from this deck. This beautiful deck is the OK Simple deck, is what it's called, and it's good for all people and certainly very simplistic. And it shows a choice. And in the Rider-Waite-Smith, it shows a woman with a blindfold on, okay? And that's to say either you're not seeing things in the proper way, or you choose not to see something that you have to make a choice about, or most importantly, you're closing your eyes and you're staying quiet and you're listening to your inner guide, which will never lead you astray. And sometimes having a blindfold or something of that nature, keeping yourself in a quiet room and having everything turned off, is such a good way to receive messages. And no matter what you choose, it will be the right choice. Okay, so don't fear about that. It just appears as though you have a choice of a couple of things. And I don't know if that's people or jobs or whatever, but I know, like I said, when you take one away, it's the Ace of Swords. And that's the beginning, and it's new, and it's about you, and it's your energy, and it's your ability to speak and communicate. And with Mercury having gone in your sign, that's going to come even more easily for you, which I love. Yeah, Mercury represents, it's the fastest moving planet. And when it goes retrograde, which will happen, talk about that in March, you know, our communication kind of is challenged a bit. Even in the shadow period, trust me, I feel it instantly in I'm usually one of the longest to get back into the speech aspect, but that's okay. You will make the right choice, and sometimes it's good to have more than one option, okay? And that's your foundation. So whatever it has to do with, it's gonna make you feel more at peace, and there'll be more of a even playing field, if you will. Your recent, oh my gosh, your past is the sun. And you know what I love about that? It is one of the most beautiful, energetic, happy, magical, you know, positive cards in the tarot. It represents the sign of Leo. So Mars, which is the planet of aggression and war planet, you know, it's the planet that rules Aries, and it also rules Scorpio. But point in case is that this is the sign that represents, or this card that represents Leo, which is a fire sign. And Mars has been in retrograde. So the energy, wow, that's been, I would say, notably slower and maybe not as energetic, certainly for myself and many people, especially if you have any fire signs, which because of Mars being the ruling planet of the fire sign Aries, Leo actually had Mars in its sign. It's in a very long extended stay, Mars, this year. It happens every couple of years, not in the same signs, but it has a long extended stay because of the retrograde. So it was in Cancer, retrograded, went into Cancer direct, went into Leo direct, and went into retrograde in Leo, back into Cancer retrograde, and it's going to go direct on the 23rd of February. And what's interesting is your polar opposition on the astrology wheel, which always represents the eclipses. They're always the two, they run in pairs, oppositional astrological signs. You are the Aquarian here, and there is Leo. So there's always this kind of energetic kind of pull and attraction. You could have Aries in your natal chart as well, but it's that drive and that solar plexus, that yellow, that bright, you know, confidence and self-assurance, self-acceptance. That's what you've been feeling. You know, like we've all had some times when it didn't feel that way, but with this Pluto in your power house, in your sign for so long now, It's like, you got this now. It's your turn. It's your cycle, right? It's all about cycles with astrology. So that's really beautiful, Aquarius. And then we're going to move on to your present position. And that is going to be, so along with this beautiful energy that just seems to just keep building, and it will, and fiery, passionate, interactions and fun and love, and especially in February, we have the Two of Cups. And that's about partnership. That's about love. I would say it's a partnership of some kind. It doesn't have to be a romance, a good friend, somebody at work you've just always wanted and felt like, oh, this is the right feel. This is the water element when it's the cups. So it's about our emotions. And there's that predominance of Pisces, which I started to say, it's the North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo for 18 months. Venus in Pisces, if I haven't already said this, forgive me for repeating myself. I've done a fair amount of readings. Venus is in Pisces. Saturn is in Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces. It will change signs this year, first time in forever, I think, with the Neptune. But the Saturn, that's the faster, the more personal. So that happens every 2.5 years. So it hasn't been as long. It's on, it's real, it's fully different energy. But for now, the Piscean energy in the next 18 months of North Node Pisces, that's going to bring a lot of emotion, a lot of love, a lot of compassion, a lot of selflessness, a lot of wanting to sacrifice things for others for the sake of your caring and your compassion. It's going to affect us all. It's happening in real life, in real time, with the fires and the people just doing whatever they can to help, because that's just what we do, right? Most of us, and I love that that's happening, but this is something about a partnership of some kind. So maybe you know what I'm speaking of, and I'm excited for you. Nothing like love, right? Love of self, for heaven's sakes. That's fantastic. Then we have your future. Oh my gosh, the Ace of Wands. Man, that goes so well with the partnership and love. So that is catered to, I would say, because Ace is the beginning, Wands is the fire, and this is known also as the more sexual sign card. It is. It's just this intensity of passion and drive and desire, and we all have those opportunities sometimes in our life, and I feel like this is yours, and I feel like you're going to run for it, and it could be someone you've been with for a long time, and then all of a sudden just something just happens, and you're like, wow, that's just another layer, that's another level of love, and it just grows, right? So love is magical and amazing, and I'm super happy about all of these cards thus far. But let's not stop. Let's go on to the stem, which is going to be your basic point of view about the reading and life in general right now, and kind of what you're carrying within, maybe not necessarily sharing your peripheral vision about things. And you have Justice. Yes, you do. Of course you do. Because Justice is the sign that represents, it's a major arcana, but it represents the sign of Libra, which is your fellow air sign. And I mentioned earlier on, all air signs are very much about learning and studying and growing, and they care greatly about justice, and they fight for justice, okay? And they are fighting for the cause of everybody being heard and seen. And, like I said, working in large groups to just together to create this world that we speak of all the time, and seeing signs ever so slow, but definitely working towards that direction. So justice, and I know it doesn't seem like it at times, I get that, but it does prevail. And especially with the universe, because the universe doesn't have a personal agenda. And I can think back at times, and it's just incredibly uncanny how I've had to spend money on something that came up unexpectedly, and I was drained, and I didn't expect it, and I thought, wow, that's okay, that's going to make a difference. And try to think of everything, as an air sign. What can I do? Where can I buy less? Save more. Next thing I know, something comes in. Maybe I win a bingo, and I get the exact amount of the thing that I had to pay out extra money for. It's phenomenal. It's beautiful. It's what keeps me thriving and trusting in the unknown, the unseen. That's absolutely there. And the fact that we put forth that effort and that desire, and we're good people and we care, those are the things that are going to happen. So you will see justice in your life. And I absolutely love this. This just gets better. And we have your environment card, and that's the Two of Pentacles. So that makes sense. That's a second two. And it's about balancing and keeping on top of finances. It's the earth element once again, and it has to do with your sustenance. It has to do with maybe the second house. It has to do with, you know, finances and your body and your value, you know, and what are you putting in your mouth? And it has to do with how are you taking care of yourself. It's keeping that balance with all things so that you can, you know, you don't lose sight and you don't overdo it or underdo it and all that. That's very much right next to justice, which is pretty ironic, I would say, but I think it's more than that. It's just spirit showing us the omnipotent aspect of its presence. So, yeah, perhaps you can relate to that as well. I hope so. Now, I always like to say these are general readings, so, you know, do watch your sun sign, which is Aquarius, but your moon, your rising or ascendant position, also your, I would say definitely Venus and Mercury, because that's your love and your ability to communicate in your, you know, how you speak and think and talk at the same time. So now we go into the hopes and fears category. And you have the Eight of Wands. Whoa! Okay, the only thing I would say, because 8 is, it's magical. It is the abundant number in the numerology. It's incredible prosperity. It's Wands again into the fire, so there's a lot of fast movement, and that's going to happen once this Mars turns direct. Though it is going to be in Cancer, it will stay in Cancer direct through April and then go back into Leo. So yeah, it's most comfortable in Cancer, but you can find out where your placement is in the tropical whole house. I don't know what that is as a general reading. I'd have to do a private reading for you. Information below on that. You can sign up at Pure Massage Therapies. Little plug there, but this is fast. This is swift. This is happening. There's no stopping right now. And I've already explained that anyway, because with that, you know, Pluto and that's the power of everything, right? Within yourself. As far as all of the planets go, this is really just going places you've never been and feeling bold and very capable. So yeah, I love that as well. Your outcome card. Well, this is amazing. This is, and not surprising. You got the Wheel of Fortune. Well, the wheel never stops, okay? And you can grab the fortune now. And then if you miss it for any reason, don't you worry, it will come back. But let me tell you, this is a really good sign. This is a really good sign with everything else, and the sun and the partnerships and the dreams and the vivacious, you know, sensual, just powerhouse, you know, justice, balancing and quick, beautiful, fast-moving energy, maybe faster than you think in a direction or an idea that you may have with this Ace of Wands that you're starting. Entrepreneurial comes to mind, certainly with Aquarian energy. It's your time. So, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, whatever goes up must come down, so on and so forth. A change of fortune for you, for the better. So, well, I could actually just leave it there because this is remarkable, but do know that you are part of this Wheel of Fortune, as I see, and I forgot to mention, it shows all the different fixed signs, which are Aquarius, Taurus. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm doing this right now, because it's definitely, maybe that's not even how they're doing it, but it does actually have all the fixed sign, and it's Taurus, Leo, which we mentioned, Aquarius, and Scorpio. So yeah, you're in there. What are you going to do? How are you going to watch your future? How are you going to create as well? Because it is a definite co-creative aspect too. You do have to initiate or meditate or whatever it is you want to do to get that beautiful energy of the Wheel of Fortune moving and working in your favor. But Yeah, this is incredible. I'm going to do I may not have mentioned it. I apologize. But I do like to do a animal spirit guide message and read to you what it says, because these are some amazing messages that have been coming through for the month of February. So it's a really big, beautiful deck, and I just read what it has to say. So I'll just do a little shaking up here, and then I'll just center. I'll put it in the center, but I will say to you that a lot of the readings have had this beautiful synchronicity with the spirit animal and the meaning behind it. So hopefully you'll find that to be true. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful month. And onward. It doesn't stop there. It's just the precipice. It's the, just the beginning, as they say. So congratulations to that. Oh, and how perfect is this? So I didn't mention it, but there is the Chinese New Year that happened on the same day as the new moon in your sign, Aquarius. And it is the year of the snake. And look what I pulled for you. Talk about powerful and being in your energy and sensing and knowing and feeling what's happening around you. And the year of the snake, in simple terms, represents the shedding of your skin, and the number 8, infinity, and just going places, doing things that you hadn't necessarily done. So Aquarian-like, right? In your season, being brave, being bold, going places, there's a saying, I'm trying to pick it up, but it's not coming. It was from Star Trek. But let me read to you what it says, because this is so perfect. Yeah, the other thing I'll mention, though, that as far as the snake is, and this is more of an intuitive message coming through, is that it is about your ability to observe and to kind of recognize people that may not be on the up and up, and that intuitive aspect of you is really, really strong, and you'll know and you'll sense immediately when something's off. So I love that about this too. So let me read to you what it says, and I'll finish with just a quick little manifestation message, and you'll be off for February. I don't see many S's, so here it is. Well, the words associated with snake are healer, renewal, and earth whisperer. Snake is the healer, transforming negative experience into healing medicine. Sliding through craggy rocks, walls, and fallen branches, snake moves and matures, gliding silently, smoothly, belly upon our earth. Snake whispers that in order to survive, you must grow. And in order to grow, you must move amongst the friction of life, leaves, bitter medicine, prickers, and jaggy stones, experiences that seem to scratch you, is what helps you out of your old skin. It's true. It's so true. The old scales don't serve you anymore. Negative, uninvited, cyclical, hateful thoughts toward yourself and others will be released and replaced. Well, that's that Virgo critical side. That's just the South Node. It's like, let it go from people, from yourself, about yourself. Absolutely perfect. Let's see. It'll be replaced with gratitude and love for the mystery of mysteries, that is our existence and breath. Steer your thoughts, wriggle free, and give thanks so you can be renewed. Oh, I love it. And I love that it came up for you, because it is your birthday season, and there's a lot for you to receive, and you do want to ask to be the best receiver. Okay, Aquarius? The last message, and once again, thank you for taking the time, really. It's very important. Time is very, very valuable. There's many readers. I'm a very small channel, but I'd love to grow, and you can help with that by liking, subscribing, and of course sharing and coming back, because I'm here every month for the readings, and I am every Monday. I started a collective, and it's slow and moving, but I'm not giving up. I'm here for you. All of the things I mentioned are free, so I would just appreciate your support so very much. You are that kind of person anyway. You want to see people grow. You want to cheer people on. So I thank you in advance, and I appreciate the ones that already have greatly. I know there's Aquarians in there for sure. So your message in leaving is to stand emotionally open before the world and give of our hearts without fear or hurt or demand of reciprocity. This is the ultimate act of human courage. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to put this up here and hopefully the glare won't be too bad. And you might want to take a snapshot. But that has you written all over it, Aquarians. And I love and appreciate you. Have a beautiful, love-filled, exciting, and fun month of February. Take good care. Bye for now.